Hello, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of From This Point Forward, a Mason Geerston podcast. We do not. The Buffalo Sabres, maybe by proxy, we'll talk a little bit about them, but we know what this podcast is all about, and that's our boy Mason Geerston. It's gonna be a fun show. Season starting, where games are being played as we speak. Let's get into it.
Let's acknowledge the fact that in one of your favorite movies of all time, you thought the slogan was "Ducks quack forever" instead of "Ducks fly together."
No,
it's
you also
bad.
think they live in wells. It's the whole theme of the movie, Lou. But he had the duck call.
They go quack.
It would be Malcolm Subban, mostly because that one season where instead of letting him play for the Sabres for the last game of the year, they had him sing the national anthem. And it was a real, like, you're under contract, the season is over. We know you've only gotten to be up here a couple of times. How about you come back up here? Oh, great, I'll put my pads in the car. No. You won't need them. Just make sure you warm up the pipes when you're driving down the 90.
Not Mitch Marner.
You heard it, Mitch. If you want to sign here, you can drill Ryan's mom.
Guys, we did it single-handedly. This podcast has gotten Mason Geerston a roster spot. He has not done anything himself. It was all us. Thoughts?
Well, Mason Geerston is not on the Sabres, but Mason Geersten is on the Sabres.
Wait. What? How is it different?
It's Geertsen, not Geersten. You're putting you're putting the S before the T. You gotta switch those. Listen, I know this because I've done some research on the name, and it turns out that Mason Geertsen, all right, it's a very important name. It actually means son of the brave one with the spear. I mean, how do you not have that guy on your team? That's an easy decision to keep him up. So get it right. It's Geertsen.
Okay. Thank you for correcting me. I will keep on having it wrong, but at least I didn't order the jersey yet. I was about to order the jersey, and that could have been bad. Because there's no way there's one in. Like, there's not one you can buy. It would 100% have to be a custom jersey, and I'd be walking around with but maybe it'd be like a playing card, like when you have the ones that like are misspelled and it's actual special. Maybe the jersey would gain value. Chris, thoughts on our boy?
The power of friendship reigns supreme with both the Sabres and this podcast. We willed our brand new friend Mason Geersten onto the lineup. I mean, let's go. The man with the spear. Why not?
I feel like he's 100% going to be in the lineup, right? Like, at least the first few games. Like, I don't think he's going to be a stretch. I should have done a little bit more research on that, but right? Has there been lines that have come out, practice lines here? I can't see how he doesn't fit. All right, here we go. They have him right now as yesterday he was playing defense on the third pairing with Bryson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, let's get him in some games. Let's get him some time, and he seems like a guy that Lindy Ruff's going to love. So, and then when he slows down or gets hurt, inevitably, because that's what happens to these players in this team, then we could slow it down and have him on the podcast. But well, speaking of which, I guess that's kind of a little bit of a good transition here. These injuries were kind of talked about so nonchalantly here over the last 2 weeks. And I know no one's really in this Sabres mode yet here locally, but it just seemed real. Like, I mean, Owen Power just pops up. He's fine. He's going to be fine. And now he's, not fine. Starts the season and not on the IR. Bunch of injuries here to start. Greenway, UPL, the guys that are the normal suspects. But my question to you, and we've been texting a little bit about it, but just let's put it out here. Was this not like, I'll start with the goaltending situation first. And I know they picked up Ellis, and then now he's on the roster, picking up a player on waivers like this. Let's start with Levi. Let's start with the goaltending situation. Wasn't UPL's injury the perfect opportunity here just to let him go here and let him try to steal that job? I don't understand, I guess, the concept of doing it a little backwards. Rye, what are your thoughts there?
I think they may be a little gun shy about how it's gone in the past, where there's been an expectation early on in the season where he's going to get a shot and it hasn't gone great, and they've sent him down to work on his game. So maybe they're thinking, let's start him at a level where he's going to get his confidence up. And then when we pull him up, he'll be playing some of his best hockey, and it's just a mental thing. So I think I understand the injury might be an impetus to get him in there, but at the same time, if that was their plan all along, we're going to use veterans in the backup role. I can see why they want to just keep him down in Roch.
Report here, just to cut off, and I'll get to you, Chris, on that. But Lindy Ruff, I did not see this, says he's cautiously optimistic about Owen Power's chances to be ready to play for Thursday. So with Georgiev going on waivers today, I guess that makes up the spot for him. But isn't Samuelson on the IR too? And didn't he
no
today? No, so he avoided the IR. Okay,
he avoided the IR. He full practice today.
Yeah,
Power
he'll be
practice
playing
today and the non-contact.
Okay, and like I said, Lindy says he is optimistic about that, which might bump out our boy. But I'd say I don't want to tell Lindy Ruff what to do. He's won over 0 Stanley Cups, but and he has not. Sorry, the over is the same amount. But I would bump Bryson. If anything, we've seen enough of Bryson. We haven't seen enough Geersten. I'm gonna have trouble with this all season.
He's never coming on the pod now.
No. What thoughts on the Levi thing though, Chris? First and foremost,
as far as the goaltending thing goes, I think similar to what Ryan was saying, if the plan isn't to keep him up permanently, if it was just to run it with the injury, and then when UPL comes back, then you have this 3 goaltender situation again. And heaven forbid you call up Levi now and you have him playing well and UPL comes back. It's not like you can send him to the AHL. Now you're running with the 3 goalie thing again, like they've been doing. And it feels like they're trying to avoid some of the messes that they've done the past couple of years, which I like a little bit, a little forward thinking out of the front office for once.
Yeah, God forbid we have too many good goalies. Let's chill out. Let's maybe have one.
I'm saying UPL comes back. He is injury prone at this point. He had a shaky end to last year. He looked good for the 18 minutes that he played in the 1 preseason game he dressed for. But I mean, are you going to trade him coming back off injury with no ice time?
I truly like Lyon, and I think he'll be fine in a short span. The analytics guys love this Ellis kid that they picked up off of waivers. But to Chris's point, no, if UPL came, I'm having trouble. Like, I'm treating UPL again. I know me and Ryan do this so frequently. We get into fantasy brain or other sport, but like, I'm treating UPL like Joe Mixon right now. Like, I don't know if this dude's ever going to play hockey again. And I know this is like an unrelated injury, and I know it's a very and he said that today, even Ruff said that he felt good, and it's pretty quick turnaround. But like, I don't know if I want to count on him so much. If he does come, if they did have Levi here playing good, UPL comes back. Well, you said 3. They'd have 4 goalies they couldn't move down. I mean, obviously they'd just lose them to waivers, and it is, like you said, a good problem to, or like Ryan said, a good problem to have, and not anything to really be complaining about. But I don't know. This was the time that I thought, let him ride. You do have Lyon, and I didn't even care about whether the claim on the other kid, because to me, he's just a dart throw in a position that you don't have figured out right now. We want to believe that might believe that UPL has some form of revival where he looks like he did 2 years ago, or Levi's, the guy. But I'll take a dart throw in a position that, we don't really have anything cemented. I would have liked to see him get some run here. I'm totally fine. I would imagine it's going to be mostly Lyon. Be interesting to see if they give this Ellis kid and how quickly they give him a game. If he even gets in one before UPL gets back, as Ruff like really talked around it to a certain extent. He goes, "Hey, I would worry if it was the same injury, but it's not. It's kind of the same injury," he said, "but it's not the same exact thing." And then it was, "But don't listen to me." All right. So I don't know. I don't. It was not very. It wasn't very exciting about UPL. Now, this power thing with him being back in, Samuelson fully healthy today, maybe this changes my thought process on the Merca thing, and they probably had a good feeling about both of them not being serious injuries here. But again, we're talking about whether or not they're going to, even if Power is healthy, we're talking about whether or not they're going to have Bryson or Geerston in the lineup as the 6th defenseman. Like, if the plan was the AHL all the time, which obviously it was, they sent him down there. Like, he's on a pro contract. What's the what's the downfall from giving him some run, seeing if he could have made some kind of presence there? Looked great in the preseason. I'll tell you that, not great. He did not look lost at all. He did not look out of place. I'll start with you this time, Chris.
I thought he looked real good during the preseason. Like, he had some struggles during it, obviously, but he never looked like the game was too fast for him. Like, he may have had some sloppy play, especially as the preseason went on, but he never looked like he didn't belong, and he was aggressive. Like, he was going after things a lot. It was never one of those he was standing flat-footed and people are doing donuts around him. So I don't think he's as far away. If you're just giving him time to give him, like, at this point of the season, and with all of these insane ratings that have the Sabres in the top 3 of the division preseason, I don't want to give away these early games on just giving young guys a little test ground. Give it a few months.
I get that. I'll have a rebuttal, but go ahead, Ryan. You finish your point.
Yeah, I used to be very much in the camp of wanting the young guys to play as early as possible, because I want to see what they have, and over time, and over the many years of missing the playoffs, I think I've realized that maybe that approach doesn't work, or at least it hasn't worked with our team. And my guess, my read on the situation is I think the Sabres, Kevin Adams, Ruff, they want to create like an environment that's good for the younger guys to come into. So instead of just having them up here and being an integral part right from the start, similar with the goalie situation, get a decent start to the season, get some games under your belt, look like a professional hockey team, and then, start to bring up the young guys, see if they can look good. And that's after 15, 20 games of playing in Rochester. So like, I see the plan with that. And, I don't have a problem with him not being up here. I would have liked to see it, because again, I think he did look fine in the preseason, but I don't need to see it either. I'm okay. I'm fine waiting.
Yeah. I like your points there. You guys make perfectly good points. And they need to win games, right? Like, you got to be worried about this team. The Dahleens, the Tage, the Tucks, like these guys that have been around for it. Like, I'm sorry, no matter how much you think things are changing or feeling confident or whatever, this team starts off 2-8. It's going to get ugly because it's going to get in their heads. It's a very mental game. And we've seen that before. We've seen the long streaks killing seasons. I mean, if you really hate this, but if you take out some really big losing streaks, they've consistently played good hockey outside of some really crazy streaks where they've lost their way, and mostly mentally in those things. There was in some of those long losing streaks, they're giving up third period leads late, weak goals, like yeah, I'm with you. They got to try to put up their best roster. I'm just not completely sure that Mirka and Levi aren't part of it, right? Like, wouldn't be it right now. I'm not sure Levi's not the best option to give them wins, and I'm not sure Mirka is not the best D6. Like, I'm not trying to say put him in the top 4 and give him 20 minutes a game, but is he better than Jacob Bryson?
But don't you want him playing big minutes down in Rochester to start? Like, that's, I think, kind of the point. It's like,
yeah,
absolutely a really good point to make, and I'm not arguing it. And I almost wouldn't argue it more so if it was just any other year, but this feels like it's got to go. It's got to go this year. And like, if the young prospect playing 10 minutes a game is better than, the 7th or 8th defenseman in the organization, but let's put Geerston out there, see what happens. And then if we got to pull Mirka up, I'm sure he'll be around. So let's talk about the evolving hockey thing that came out the other day that has the Buffalo Sabres second in the division, which is insane. I want to know some things, like if they're factoring in, this comes out 5th. I can't imagine that they're factoring in like the current injuries into this, because I know that there was a lot of work that went into this. So I'm sure they're not factoring in the more recent injuries. Let's just start with the Atlantic. And I'll say, like, whatever, Panthers without Tkachuk for half the season, Barkov gone for the year, Maple Leafs losing. Like, I could see a couple of these teams taking steps back, but having the Sabres at close to 99 points with an 85% chance of making the playoffs. Like, these guys are good. Like, this isn't just some random Twitter guy. Like, these guys put out some really good stats each year. What are you about to say, Ryan?
I mean, I'm trying to think of something ridiculous that I'll vow to do if the Sabres finish ahead of both the fucking Panthers and the Maple Leafs. Are we kidding? Are we joking? I mean, I get it. I mean, evolving hockey, sure. But I mean, this is like eye test versus analytics or something. Like, I don't know. I think I feel like that's impossible. I feel like that's crazy. There's no way.
I will say this. I don't think the Panthers are going to be very good. Let's like mix in like a back-to-back, a little bit of hangover, two long seasons, older, the Tkachuk and Barkov injuries. You got Sam Bennett playing line one center minutes now, nothing behind him. Watch them today against Chicago. Watch most of that game. I'm not sitting here and trying to make, a lot of strong, bold predictions after watching them for one game, but you can see
they did win.
They did win. I mean, it was the Blackhawks. It was the Blackhawks. But yeah, interesting to see that. I like. I don't like the Lightning as much. So then I'm like, well, are we first then? Because I'm like, to me, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, I think the Lightning suck. Forget everybody else. I think the Sabres are going to win the division. No, I do think it's going to be super interesting, though, because I think the Canadians can be better. The Red Wings seem like they're the Sabres of the last, their drought's a little bit less than ours, but like seems like the same story with them. I would not be shocked if we were better than the Panthers this year. The Leafs seem weird. Anything second is crazy. Thoughts just on the original, the first here, Atlantic Division. Chris, what are you seeing? How realistic is this?
I mean, what is reality anymore to begin with? I mean, come on, like, scroll the internet a little bit. You're going to see something that doesn't make any sense. And this is definitely one of them. I would agree that I'm not as high on the Lightning, but like, I feel like that middle pack, unless they have some kind of like to go over to baseball, how like the AL East is always the weirdest division because like no matter where they are in the standings, one team will always dominate. Like the last place team, the Orioles will always put up a fight against the Yankees and they just tear each other apart. And I don't know if they just have these teams just kind of running into like a war of attrition against each other. Even without Barkov and Tkachuk, I feel like the Panthers are still a top 3 team in this division.
And we also have to remember, guys, that this came out on October 5th, which was the day before the Sabres announced that Mason Geersten has made the roster. So you have to figure it's going to shift some way, one way or another.
Probably bumps us over 100 points on the season.
I think it would if they had that info. I think it would have been even more surprising. Sabres over the Lightning. One thing I thought that was funny from the projections. Oilers sitting at 110. Although
I was waiting for you to say something about that.
I'm gonna do sitting at 110 points. I don't believe that either. I'm gonna fight that to the core. They have nothing outside of McDavid. McDavid signed a prove me deal. Like it's not. When do you ever hear of a player sign a prove it to me deal? Not he doesn't have to prove it. He signed a deal for the team to prove it to him that they could be competitive. And I don't think they're rostering it this year. I don't think that they're rostering the team that he's going to want. I think it'd be ugly. But 110 points, hard to fight there. Anything else around the league as you're looking at this? Jump off the page to Chris.
I just want to jump back real quick to the McDavid contract and the very trade-friendly deal that is. So when the Geerts train really gets running here in Buffalo, 12-5 is nothing to trade for next season to bring our boy home. So that's exciting.
Geersten gang, should we get like t-shirts or something? Or
oh, for sure.
I like the Geerts gang.
Geerts gang is good.
Geerts gang.
That's good. I'm not allowed in the arena, so you'll have to wear them for me. But yeah, we'll get the t-shirts. I'll wear them around the hood. I'll wear them around the neighborhood and get people really Ryan on it. I thought a couple things that really, I mean, the Mammoth, they're third in the Central. A lot of people, I think, are expecting them to be better. Our boy JJ will be there, doing well. Jets, the President's Trophy winner last year, down to 91 points. They're projecting, and that would put them still as a playoff team because the rest of the West sucks. Man, look at the difference in the projections, though, of like the teams that are gonna, the points that the teams are gonna make it in the East. I guess it's not that bad because the Metropolitan sucks too. Capitals still at 94 points. I just can't see that, but I know that they just, Ovechkin had another crazy year at his age and whatever, but they have nothing behind him. Devils,
if they get another crazy year out of Logan Thompson. Like I mean, Ovechkin had a great year, but like Thompson stole a lot of games for that. They won a lot of like 2-1 games because of him last year. In a bad division.
That bottom four, the Metropolitan. I mean, when you're thinking about the Sabres' chances, right? And I even kind of want to put the Rangers into this. I don't think they're that good, but I'll definitely put the Capitals into it. So whatever. I'm taking 5 teams out of the Metropolitan, and I think that they are worse than the Sabres for sure. Now, besides the Bruins, and Ryan makes this point, has made this point, you can never count the Bruins out, even though they're pretty garbage. But besides the Bruins in the Atlantic, I think they're the only team I would confidently say that I think the Sabres are better than. I think all the way the top 7 could go in. I don't want to say almost any order because I don't see, it wouldn't be Sabres, Canadians, Red Wings by no, but I could see any of those 7 teams making the playoffs.
It's a little small on my screen, but does that really say 84.5% playoff chance for the Sabres? Is that what it says?
84.5% chance.
I'm ready to hang the banner. Just put it up there.
Yes, that's it. Does that help? Did that make it a little bit bigger there?
Yeah, that's better. And honestly, that's that's like in my mind for the past like 12 years, their playoff chances at the beginning of October every season, but goes down pretty quickly.
It was very, very. I saw them tweet like a week before it got released, and they said, we're not quite done yet. Sorry that it's taking so long, yada yada yada. But they said, you're going to be surprised at how bullish we are on the Sabres. That was like the tweet from like a week. So I was like looking forward to this, but this is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They kind of says the 8th best team in the league, 9th best team in the league. I can't see it. I can't see. You want to know? Let's quickly say how I could see it. I'll get out of this. I think we could stop our doubting on this here for now. If you want to look at it a little bit more, we could get there. But this is not something I put on a run sheet. But Josh Norris, Tage Thompson, like this could be a thing if Norris could stay healthy. But they look like they have the juice together, the chemistry, and that just helps the team so much because it doesn't put 20-year-old Coolidge up there as our first center. So like, how much you buying into that, and like, is that exciting you, or are you just still like, no way he's going to be healthy for the whole year? Ryan, sorry.
You know, I think with the Sabres, the success is going to have to like, slap me in the face before I believe that it's here. I just don't. I don't know. I'm just skeptical. I told you I wasn't really a believer. I was just, what were we doing there? We're shuffling all around here.
I'm trying to find the original layout, and it's something's going on, but don't worry about it. I'll just keep dealing with it, and you keep doing you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like Tage. I think he's a good player, really good player, in fact. But I don't know. I don't think I don't see 96 points. Just don't see that. I say 86 points.
Which would probably keep us out by like 2 points. Chris, thoughts on that top line right now and just how that's looking?
It's all in that, can Josh Norris stay? I mean, that's what we were talking about before training camp even started. Like, if he can stay healthy and we don't have to put it all on Kulich to be number one, like, they looked great in the preseason together, Tage and Norris. Like, they were hitting each other with no looks, working around down low. It looked great. Different top line vibe from when Peterka was on the team, but they seem to have great chemistry together, and I hope it works for at least 3/4 of the season.
I'm genuinely asking, do we have evidence that Josh Norris is like actually really good and like just hasn't? I mean, I don't ever remember like being wowed by his stats or his impact. Like, doesn't he just kind of struck me as like maybe a Cousins plus, like, but
I think he's good. I really think he's good if he could stay healthy. And I don't think he's even like, especially if you put in the injury time, like, I don't even think he's at an age where you can say he's not going to get better. Like when you consider that he's lost 2 full seasons injury too. I don't know. I think he's good. I think that it's kind of like, again, we're going back to, I'm going to go back to football, but it's like kind of finding, or no, I'll use this, the Power, where I don't think Power is a bad hockey player, but he just needed the right partner. And I think that there's guys that have some really successful seasons because they line up next to some pretty successful guys. And I'm not saying that Tage is, I'm not trying to say that Tage, it obviously isn't making him better. Of course he would be, but some guys just have, I think hockey more than any other sport, there is that, that there's that chemistry thing, and they're showing it pretty early. Now, it's happened quite a bit with some of these, almost anybody that's played with Tage too. Obviously, he's the common denominator, but to me, it's exciting because of what it allows you to do with the next 2 lines. Like, now I feel like, Coolidge goes down and plays a tuck. You could really bounce around a little bit here on your lines and go from there. So that's, I think they both are having big monster, like they'll both have monster seasons if he stays healthy. And when I say monster season, I think like Tage could be 100-point guy, if he stays healthy, and maybe for Norris, that just looks like 60 assists, and 20 goals, whatever. But I'll take it, if it's coming from success. So that's exciting for sure. And I'm excited to see that. Let's see. Speaking of Tage, I wanted to bring this up. There was something going on, and again, we're not that type of podcast where we are always throwing out the truth. but I'm only it was alleged. I'm going on a social media post, but there was a post from somebody that said they went to a signing event yesterday for Tage and asked them to sign something for their mother. And when they said, can you sign it for my mom? Her name's Sue. He asked how to spell it, which, as much good as I just talked about Tage, I feel like that knocks down the projections just a little bit. It's very arrow down if you have to spell. How else would you spell Sue? Let me ask you that question. Is there any other way that you can think that he could have thought that you can spell Sue?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. TSU, just Sue.
It's like I just don't want to be.
Yeah.
That's my Chris.
It could be I'm sure, as a young man playing hockey, traveling around, he found himself in Sioux City or Sioux Falls, SIOUX.
I also think that the most likely situation is that somebody just said, like, muffled the name or something, or wasn't speaking clearly, and they're like, how do you spell that? Just cut to the chase, right?
That is, I do that when I either forget someone's name or they've already told me 2 or 3 times, so then I have to do that. But then
wait! You're telling me that when you forget someone's name, you're like, can you spell your name for me?
Yeah, you find a way. I sign contracts a lot, right? So with customers or something, and if I forget their name, I'd be like, oh, yeah, spell that for me. And then the funny part is it was when it is Sue. They're like SUE, you idiot. But I maybe that could have been it. Maybe it could have been I didn't really hear it, so I'm gonna ask this question. But Tage Thompson allegedly does not know how to spell Sue. Take that for what it's worth. Today's game, so we talked a little bit about earlier. You didn't catch. No, neither of you caught any of the 5:00 game. You guys working like real adults.
Yes, I did not. I was playing mini golf with my nephew.
Well,
I would love to say I was working. No,
I think that's better than watching the Blackhawks play hockey almost at any point. But Spencer Knight, did we draft him in our draft? I can't remember.
Because I also have one fantasy hockey league, and I also drafted him in that. So I'm pretty sure we did.
He looked great. I mean, he let up 3 goals, but he had close to, I think they had 37 shots, so 34 saves. I watched a lot of it. He looked pretty sharp. So that's gonna be a fun. They just have nobody after Bedard, and we did have him, and he did not do anything. But that is a very, very rough top 12. But again, Panthers looking rough. Penguins, Rangers right now, 1-0 Pens. Second period, Malkin on the board with just an assist, but Justin Bruzeau with his first goal of the season. And tonight, Avalanche Kings. Did I see Olofsson's with the Avalanche? Correct, I believe. Yes. So a little bit of Sabre going there. They have I saw today's on their power play 2, which for fantasy would be really nice if he was on that power play 1 with McKinnon and the boys. Maybe he'll work his way up there with that one timer. That is all he has. But what are we? Let's go into the early here season. Let's get some real predictions going on. We'll have the 5 games until we next record in 2 weeks, and we'll do a live podcast during the Montreal games on the road, and we will we'll maybe get in during the second period and do a little live pod for a 5-0 team. I'm gonna say, the schedule doesn't look horrible though, right? Let me pull it up here. But I wasn't intimidated so much by it, but I'm not intimidated by anything. Rangers, I don't think that they're great. Bruins, one of the worst teams. Avalanche, but at home on a holiday, they're going to be tired. They're going to be thinking about. Why they're playing a game in Buffalo at 1:00 on a Monday. And Sens Panthers, and we've already decided the Panthers suck. So I'll go big win against the Rangers. I think they said today close to a sellout, expected sellout. I'm going to go 7-1 against the Rangers on Thursday. I think they're going to just come out of the gates hot. Alex Lyon's going to look like, is that his name, Alex? Alex Lyon's going to face 13 shots because they suck. And I'll say we're 3-2 by the time we next record. Brian, you're the negative Nancy. Go ahead. What do you got? First for the opener.
All right. So the opener, they're going to have some absurd hot dog that, with all the toppings. When they announced all the players and the staff, everyone's going to boo when they announce Kevin Adams' name. That's my prediction. And then it's going to be a low-scoring, boring hockey game. Thinking 3-1 Rangers win. We're gonna go 2-3 to start the season is my prediction. Losses to the Avalanche and the Panthers and the Rangers, and we'll beat the Sens and the Bruins. Yes,
dude, the Colorado game. Listen, let me just try to change your mind on there and get them to 3-2. Get you to 3-2. They're going to be playing like it's like 10:30 in the morning their time, and they're going to be groggy, tired. Their whole game day routine is gone. They're on the road. I'm going Sabre. I'll make that my. I don't know if they'll win 7-1 on Thursday. I'm just gonna go, but my big prediction: they lay whatever you need to lay. They'll beat Colorado on what day is that? President's Day? I don't know. Columbus Day.
What kind of Italian are you, Lou?
Well, it's not even Columbus Day anymore. Chris, what are your thoughts? Opener. First 5 games.
It's Columbus Day again, Lou.
Is it really? Oh, because of okay.
Because they won.
Did we change
I mean, nobody's really happy about it, but whatever. When you said big home opener win, I jumped right in with you, and my immediate thought, Lou, was 7-2. Okay, whoa. So let's go. Let's kick out the floodgates. All right. Yes, we're going to boo Kevin Adams. Going to have a 2-foot Tage chicken parm. All right. I'm going to take 6 inches of it and I'm going to chuck it at him when he's out on the ice.
That's what we should do. That whole thing, I saw that. One, realistically, I'm not even joking because I can't even comprehend it. And I did see the picture, but is that like a 2 adult thing? Is that a 3 adult thing? Is that a 1 fat guy thing? Like, who's consuming that?
I mean, if you think
like Ryan, you look like you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
How long is it? Is it 2 feet?
It's 2 feet.
Okay. I think they should do a challenge where you have to eat it in 7 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's good.
They, do or 7:20 or something. I don't know.
But
who's
gonna time it? The minimum wage employees that hate their job already.
No, it's gonna be like those self-scanning machines. Like they're just gonna have it's all gonna as soon as you finish, you'll be like, oh, you did it. 7 minutes.
I want to pull this up. I have it.
It has nothing to do with Tage, but the double minor challenge, 4-minute penalty or power play, you have to hammer that thing down.
That's a 4-person thing, dude. You should not. No one know. And I know. I'm just. I know.
You act like you haven't ordered two
that's what I'm
chicken
saying.
parm subs from Lenovo for yourself and eaten at least 1.5 of them alone and sad.
I am 3 weeks. I am 3 weeks away from, or 3 weeks removed from being a fat kid. I understand that
I'm proud of
that's
you.
me being judgmental, but that's judgmental. That's got to be 4 people. How much is this thing? Have we discussed how much this is? Does anybody know a price tag on it?
I mean, probably something where it looks like, in the pictures, it's going to look bigger in pictures. I think. And I also think that if you, I don't know. I mean, you should. What I was thinking is that it should be a punishment for last place finishing in fantasy football. You should have to go and eat the whole thing. You can't have any napkins. You can't use a single napkin when you eat it.
We should throw to Chris's point. We should throw those on the ice when he scores hat tricks, though. Like everybody, just like it should be his hat. Everybody holds the whole, but you can't eat it until he doesn't score 3 goals, and then you bring it home, you eat it, because the whole point of it is the fact that he's going to score a hat trick, and you throw it out there. Dude, can you just imagine just fucking just chicken parm sauce just all over the ice?
I'm just picturing people like in the stands. They're sitting with just a 2-foot-long chicken parm sandwich that's cold and soggy in their lap for an entire game. It's the third period. You have to stand up to let somebody walk past you. It's
like 4-0. We're losing. They're like, I gotta hold it. You never know. That's so funny. That's so good. What I wanted to do today, and I didn't have time and forgot, but something I think was Chris's idea, and what we should do, and I'll catch us up to maybe not just the first 6 games, but then I'll do whatever amount of games until we get to our next podcast. But maybe we're gonna do a little simming on NHL 25 or 26, whatever it is, and we'll see if how close that is. I don't even know if our boy Mason Geerston is on the game. We might have to create him. We might have to.
He should be up there.
He's on there.
He should be up there. They are pretty good about updating those rosters.
Yeah, so we'll do a little bit of simulating every game. I'll be putting in Levi in game 3, and my boy Mirka. So we got 5 games. Let's do we could go through little 3 rounds. 3 rounds. I'm gonna keep track. We'll figure out this is perfect. We're going to do 3 rounds. We'll pick whoever we think is going to have the most goals in these first 5 games. We'll do a little draft. Loser has to eat the Tage chicken parm. Some point this season. It just has to be some point this season. You don't got to go to the next game or anything, but loser has to eat the whole parm sandwich.
Can we do points instead of goals? Because I think it's easier to – the goals is everyone's – I think it's Tage. Like whoever gets Tage is going to win.
Okay. Let's do points. Points. All right. Let's do points. I will do a real random thing here. And we'll do
3
snake.
choices here.
3 choices. I got to look at the roster. Okay. All right. Chris, me, Ryan. Ryan, you snake around for 2. Chris.
Yeah. Hello.
What happened?
What happened to you?
I don't know, dude. Things are just going downhill for me. Where is this? There we go. All right. Most points through 5 games, 3 rounds. Loser eats a Tage parm.
I got the first pick.
Yeah, you got the first pick.
And you have to eat it in 7 minutes and 2 seconds too.
But honestly,
okay.
you should whatever it is. Whenever you go to your first game, and I would assume we're all going to the first game. I'm assuming that my strike is not going to last the whole year. You have to bring it home and then eat it on the next podcast. So hopefully
that'll make great podcast.
hopefully it's within a day or two. Some video proof needs to be made. But all right, go ahead.
All right. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I should take Tage Thompson, but I also want to take Mason Geersten for the bit. But we'll start with Tage.
Tage. All right. And I will go I'll go Josh Norris.
Yes. Huge. All right. So I think that it's 2 easy picks here. I'm going Dahlin and Tuck.
Yep. I think those are 2 easy picks for sure. I will go.
I kind of want to eat. Now I know I'm not going to have to eat the thing. So I'm sad about that.
I'm going to go Zach Benson.
Okay.
You for 2.
I'm gonna go Jack Quinn.
Okay.
I hope.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I think
I guess.
And you got another pick too.
Yeah. Flip a coin real quick. Let's go Bo Byram.
That's who I would have picked there. You don't know when Kesserlin's going to come back. So I will go Ryan McLeod.
All right. I'm going to go Jason Zucker and Yuri Kulik.
Wait, you don't get 2? Didn't you already get 2? Yeah. You just get 1.
3 total?
It's three rounds, yeah.
Oh, all right. So.
Oh, wait. Maybe we should do 4, though, because it will even it out. It's unfair to you if we don't do 4. Go ahead. You can get your 2.
Yeah. So Zucker and Kulik. Yep.
Okay. It would be unfair to you if we didn't do 4. All right. And then, fuck, that sucks, though. All right. Do I want to do it? No. Josh Stone. Chris, send it.
Okay. Let's go Mason Geersten, baby.
There it is, baby.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody had to do it. I almost went it. I like Josh Stone, but I like.
I was going to take him with the number 1 pick, and he made it all the way to the last pick. How could I not?
Somehow. Well,
it was like kind of like Louis with the Oilers in the reverse power ranking.
Dude, that was so funny. That got so I actually should pull this up real quick to see if I can figure out how much play. But that thing got so much play. I put it on as a short, and it got a lot of views. But also, the only comment was, "Why would you post this?" It was my favorite thing. There was only one comment, got a bunch of like, why? No, it was why upload this. That was the comment. It was just me fighting against you, but I wanted some proof for when it does happen, when their collapse happens and Edmonton misses the playoffs and the Sabres are second in their division. I just needed some proof out there that I predicted the Oilers.
Us dragging them up 19 positions in the reverse power ranking is why they are rated number 2 on Evolving Hockey in the preseason.
Any last thoughts coming in here to the beginning of the season, Ryan? Anything before?
Yeah, I think one of my losses might be an overtime or a shootout loss. So if that means anything, we might get an extra point in there. I don't know. I'm ready to be pleasantly surprised, but I'm just so pessimistic about this. And yes, it's because it's been so bad for so many years, but I just don't see enough changes. But if they did it, good for them.
It sucks that one of them is not going to be there. Like the Kesserling thing was what I'm excited about, and like so the they made so few changes, and the one that I was kind of jacked up about is not there. But sub in Mason Geersten. Go ahead, Chris. Any final thoughts?
I mean, it's the season of hope. Every season's the season of hope, but this is This is at least the time of year where we can convince ourselves that even if it starts off bad, it might get better. It won't, and that's fine. Life is hard. Wear a helmet. Shout out to the Geertz gang. Let's go. Let's do it.
Geertz gang. That's gonna be the first thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna get some shirts made, sell them so we could promote the pod. And Geertz gang, let's do it. Let's hope that he's on the team by the time we next record here 2 weeks from yesterday for the Sabres at Canadians. We'll try to see how our schedules line up. We'll at least do an hour, but maybe we will. If the game's going good, or if we're 5-0, or maybe Chris already knows that he's losing the point battle we just drafted, and he's here with a Tage Thompson chicken parm that we watch him eat for 10 minutes while me and Ryan bitch about how things are going on the ice. So thanks for joining us. For Chris and Ryan, I'm Louis G. See you guys in 2 weeks, and let's go Sabres. Let's go Geersten.